place match in just a little bit. I am Joshua Gray, call sign Clutch. Joining me on my right, Andre Gritorp Heng Shuan, no stranger today on the desk, and also Randall Rukil Holcomb, our expert, all the way on the side. Randall, your thoughts on that last series overall and the event today? I mean, that Simple Tankers versus Fulcrum match, everyone was going crazy.
I was going completely crazy. Simple Tankers played a fantastic round, and we're actually going to see them play here in a minute. And Fulcrum was even kind of, I think taken aback by the performance of Simple Tankers. They were ferocious. And Wreak Havok versus Simp was also an incredibly, I'd say a little bit more one-sided, but Wreak Havok, still a very competent team. We'll see if they can do well in the third and fourth match. I got to give it to Simple Tankers, though. What do you guys think?
Andre, I want to hear your thoughts first, man.
Wreak Havok needs to dig deep if they want to take this win. I mean, that match against Fulcrum Gaming, Simple Tankers just looked fantastic, amazing. They were being so comprehensive with their attacks, with their defenses. It was so close. I really feel like if we had another best of 7, it could go either way between Fulcrum Gaming and Simple Tankers. That being said, we know Fulcrum to be the premier team in the entire WGL or even entire North America. That being said, is Wreak Havok up to that level where they can face off against teams like Simp, like Fulcrum, and now maybe Simple Tankers?
If you were to ask me a week ago, Wreak Havok between Simple Tankers, I would have been more confident, maybe 60-40, it would go to Wreak Havok. Now, 80-10 Simple Tankers. Because of that performance that we saw against Fulcrum, that was intense, that was incredible.
I'm going to call you out, Clutch, right now. You said 80-10.
Yeah, because 10%, you know what that other thing is? What? That's draws. That's a shootout draw.
Well played,
Thank you, sir. I was waiting for you to pick it up because you're the numbers man. You're like 80-10. That doesn't make any sense. It does when you count the draws.
You are so clever.
90%. 90% is pretty much a victory. You do have 10% draws in the league play. You got to factor that in. But I'm really looking forward to see this match. And this is a $4,000 difference. The third place winner is going to take home $8,000. The fourth place winner will take home $4,000. Yeah. That's a big chunk of change.
Double.
That's math.
Double.
Can't argue with that, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm the calculator for you.
All right.
Yeah, so these teams are going to be fighting out pretty hard. I think, Wreak Havok has its work cut out for them, but we'll see. Simple Tankers still needs to deliver. I always say it time and time again, in competitive play, no matter what you're doing, you're always as good as your last job or your last match, your last game. Judging by Simple Tankers, I think they're the ones to be the big favorite going into this.
Let's see what they have to say for the team captains. It's time to throw it on to Lauren Elise. Lauren, take it away for the face-off.
You almost forget my name, Clutch? Just making sure. We're going to do a face-off right now. I've got Wreak Havok to my right and the Simple Tankers to my left. I'm gathered here today with Jay Smooth and Snipe. We're going to do a quick coin toss. But before we do that, I just want to know how you're feeling. We're getting towards the end here. Are your tensions building? Are you still staying pretty cool?
Tensions are definitely high. There's been a little bit of arguing between us, but we took the break. We're cool and we're collected. So should be able to go into this strong, hopefully win, take third.
Good. How do you feel?
Definitely coming off of a little bit of a high with that Fulcrum game. We lost it, so we got to regroup, come back, and win $8 grand.
Good for you. Do you have any words that you'd like to say to the team over here?
There's nothing wrong with fourth place, guys.
Do you do you have anything that you would like to respond with?
No comment.
I guess the gameplay will show who's best. Here we go. I'm going to choose you as heads, your tails. Whoever wins gets to choose the map, or you can defer it. The other person picks the spawning point. It is on heads. Would you like to choose the map or defer it?
We'd like to defer.
You get to choose the map.
Surprise, Ansk.
You get to choose the spawning point.
Let's go ahead and go north.
All right, thank you guys. Please take your seats. You have 3 minutes to choose your tanks. Good luck, have fun. Let's battle.
Thank you, Lauren. The always unforgettable Lauren Elise. How could you
course.
forget that? Especially the Russians. They love Lauren.
Could you believe it? She just learned how to spin that coin.
Yeah. Well, a gold
She got a lot better. You can see the progression.
A gold coin is a lot different than a quarter.
Yeah.
The gravity pull in a gold coin, she had to practice with.
I know, man. That's
It's
why
tough.
I only do gold shells.
Oh, man. All right. right. Well, in the third, fourth place match, Simple Tankers versus Wreak Havok. Wreak Havok, I think, has had a building moment for their team throughout the entire league play. And with their roster they have right now, Snipe for Food, who is the team leader, Call Me Sarge, Kazo, Vibane, Sing, Unknown One, Invade, Tevix, Callus, and Smokey. Talking to Vibane and Snipe for Food after the series they had on day one, they were ecstatic. They were very happy because it was very, very close. Very close. But that momentum, either it didn't carry into it or they were faced up against Simp, which is one of the best teams in North America, hands down. And it's tough to go up against that kind of seed.
Just listening to Snipe for Food, you can hear that reservation in his voice. And of course, he was even saying, you know, we did have a little bit of disagreement after the match. I hope that's not the same thing that happens over here in against Simple Tankers. But that's something to keep in mind. Are they just mentally broken going into this third, fourth place match? I hope not, don't get me wrong, but it is a very high possibility just judging on that interview.
Well, there's nothing wrong with fourth place comment. Could have stung a little bit too, coming from Simple Tankers, but that's true. Making fourth place in the first ever season for World of Tanks North American action of esports, that's not bad. You are on the books in the top 4. Yeah. But who would want $4,000 when they can have $8,000? Who would want to be fourth when they could be third? And that's what this match is all about. Plus, in the determination of who is the best, you want to be as high as you can on that ladder, on that system. Of course,
and the extra $4,000 doesn't help much. Yeah. That's always very nice.
It's always very nice, especially in Las Vegas.
On the other side, Simple Tankers, we've been saying it, they're on a very, very high wave of momentum coming out of that Fulcrum match. Yes, they did lose, but they did it in a very, very close series over here against Wreak Havok. I would say that the difference in skill levels between Fulcrum Gaming and Wreak Havok is significant enough to say Simple Tankers has a pretty sizable lead.
Now with Junior, Terrams, Slayer, Mournblade, Zakumi, Endurus, J Smooth. J Smooth we've seen a lot in his actions here. Also has T-shirt draping over his monitor in those previous battle. Tarho, Ruth Van Carlisle, and Kill Panic have been the team roster, those 10 players here. And this is the team I've actually seen change out the most. They've been the pit crew, if you will, of this finals event. And because of that flexibility, I feel they can bring different strategies and styles that maybe these other teams weren't ready for or don't have the same flexibility.
Okay, what do you think?
I'm going to give it to probably Simple Tankers. That's the people I favor for this matchup, just because of their performance earlier today. Wreak Havok is a capable team, and they could do well, but I don't feel like they're as confident coming out of the previous series.
Well, what about the map? He says, surprise Ensk. That has been the first map choice for many battles. Why is that?
I think he was sarcastic. Ensk is not a surprising pick.
Oh, of course, I know he's being sarcastic. We've always seen Ensk. They want to get it out of the way. They want to knock it out of the way. Why is that?
It's a map that can be very slow, and you don't want it coming in to ruin your momentum. Think about this. We've had so many teams that once they get their momentum going, you can't pick a map that will stop them. And if you get Ensk out of the way, either if you lose or win, it's out of the way. So now they can go on to more open maps. They've got less closed maps, because remaining for city maps, it's Himmelsdorf, Ruhenberg. Then everything else is open.
I would actually argue that Ensk is probably one of the best maps not to pick first. Now, hear me out. Let's say you are losing, right? You go into that second, third map, you're down 2-0. You pick Ensk and you slow the momentum down incredibly, because if they want to carry that on, if the winner wants to keep going and be aggressive, you're going to shut that down pretty easily on Ensk. So I would actually argue the opposite.
That's the whole reason they pick it. They want that not to happen.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want their opponents to be able to slow them down, because they feel like they're going to have that
They
lead.
don't want that card later on. They want to play that card now to get it out of the deck. I would feel the same thing about Steps, though. Steps, to me, is more of a defensive map. Even though it's an open playing field, if you're in the lead or it comes down to a draw win, you can park yourselves over to the rocks and just wait.
You're a mean-spirited person, sir.
I can be. But right now, it's time to start battle number 1 of the third, fourth place match. The map is going to be on Ensk. Simple Tankers versus Wreak Havok. Spawning to the south side, the blue team, it is Simple Tankers. And on the north side, spawning as the red team, it is Wreak Havok. What do we have for tank selection, Greetorp?
Two 5100s, two IS-3s, and a single T-69 for both teams. So mirror matchup coming out here. And right away, we can see that Simple Tankers are playing it very defensively, spread out, making sure they're not losing to anything on the west side. And not really committing to any attack. Very, very, I would say, conventional for them.
All is quiet on the eastern front, but Rookhill, what do you see?
I say that Junior has optics on his T-69. He spotted out a T-1 and a T-69 early on the 5-6 line, and I don't think he was spotted in return. So that indicates to me he's got some optics on his tank. He's seeing out to max view range, and then he's seeing it very well. So I feel like they might be able to win the match based around Junior. Maybe he can get an early T1 kill, maybe some early damage on T-69s. From there, I feel like the rest of the team could then do something in the west side and push up, maybe using some kind of advantage there. That seems to be the Simple Tanker strat. The Wreak Havok strat, though, I don't know, and there's not a huge indication to Simple Tankers or to me what they're doing right now, aside from maybe something in the west.
Well, Enderus is pushed out a little bit in his T1 Cunningham. The implication, though, on the Battle of the West side means that holding down that defensive position could take all the way to the 5-minute mark. We have seen some teams fall all the way back and move all the way to the right on the east side to try to reconfigure or reconnoiter their position, and then either push in on the east side but keeping one or two tanks back to hold the flag cap, or even going down the rail system. Because again, the rail system, a couple times we've seen some teams use it. You do have a defensive side to move up, but once you reach kind of the halfway point, then get some shots between those train cars. And if you're stuck in a tunnel getting shot at, there's only two ways to go, backwards and forwards. Rookhill says forwards is the only way to go, but that's not the kind of...
Especially in those train tracks. You're not going to back out of there.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, you're just going to take a lot of losses, and that's it. You have no way to actually return that fire. As we see on the mini-map especially, the positioning of the red team, Wreak Havok, is incredibly defensive as well. Now, in particular, they're focusing on defending against any center pushes, and of course, they're going to react to western pushes. They have that 1T1 all the way out on the eastern side. What this kind of tells me is there is movement for Simple Tankers to really push up all the way on the 1 line and the 0, or not the 0 line, the 1 and 2 line. And they're going to start doing that as soon as Enderus pushes out. He's seeing, oh, I'm not being spotted with my sixth sense. I can keep going, and then realize that this entire 1-2 line is going to be open for everybody. And that's going to be the big push up from Simple Tankers to slowly take more and more space. They're the ones who have the ability to be aggressive or not.
Good call right there. They are moving up, and it looks like I was actually afraid for Enderus for a moment. If Simple Tankers did not move up, he would have been out and alone. There would have been no way to support him if he got spotted and blown up. And he's actually going to continue scouting as these IS-3s move up into a nice haul-down position. There's these keyholes over in... Oh, shots fired from somewhere.
Shots have been fired, trying to indicate the location. The spotting is on the side of Wreak Havok. They're able to see one of the Simple Tankers next to the railroad. But now Simple Tankers is pushing into the enemy territory. Crossing into the C line is the T1 trying to scout ahead. Junior has taken some damage, 937 out of 1350 in his T69. Yep. He's going to have to hold back a bit and see what his team can see and maybe move in for the finisher blow in that T69 autoloader.
Yeah, he's the one that's going to have that consistent crossfire throughout the entire, well, engagement that's coming up here. Zakume and Ruthven Carlisle in their IS-3s slowly approaching up, and they are being proxy spotted by Tevex. That's important to note. But right now you can see the 5100s and just the 5100s coming up from the left side. And here we go. They're starting to push forward more and more.
Junior shot calling right now, telling his team to get into position as they try to move around to get some good flanks. Yeah. But Wreak Havok is trying to get a spread themselves. They're going to have two tanks moving down the railroad side to see if they can get a flank coming from the south. If they're going to commit, no, the IS-3 unknown one's going to stay as there's some shots fired against... Ooh. Wow. Callus, wow, nice hits.
And Junior's going to peek out, and he's going to start trying to finish off Callus. It looks like a shot was fired at Junior, but Junior's going to back off. That was the opportunity to finish Callus and get a lead, but the window has closed.
Pub Whisperer goes down immediately, getting focused down by the IS-3. Really unfortunate, a tier 8 swing all the way over for Wreak Havok. There is a good concave, though, and the two IS-3s are coming on over. to go in battle against Invade, Unknown One, and Sing.
Zakumi gets a hit on himself, 1054 out of 1500, but Jay Smooth getting that kill on the T1 in the 5100. Now Ruth Van Carlisle is going to hit from the side as Singh tries to line up the shot in the IS-3. He gets it. Big hit against Ruth Van Carlisle. Zakumi's trying to pull back, but they have to focus on one section as they get flanked. Unknown One taking some more hits himself. They're trying to focus down one of the tanks. That tank's going to be Ruth Van Carlisle. Unknown One, the focus down tank on Wreak Havok. He's the first one to fall from Junior. Ruth Van Carlisle, 14 HP. He's going to go down, but Zakumi is able to take down Callus.
And here Jay Smooth comes in his 5100. He does have a lot of shots, but Zakumi, well, Jay Smooth?
Smooth's
I
empty.
guess he's clipping, yeah.
He's got to get out of there. Now Zakumi's trying to hold the line against Invade. Invade is able to barely escape. Singh locking into the IS-3 in brawl mode, telling his friend Jay Smooth, reload as fast as you can, buddy. I need your help because I'm going to have some tanks roll around the corner. But Junior is on the hunt against the 5100 as Thybane is being chased. Jay Smooth is almost done clipping, and he rams Thybane. Jay Smooth is able to get the kill.
There is a cap, though, 50% done. Red base is under attack by the 2 tier 1s, and Darius and Mournblade are on there. And there's 9 points left. Jay Smooth, excuse me, not Jay Smooth.
Well,
But
Jay Smooth is locking in with Singh right now with Zakumi at this point, but 8 seconds left on the clock, Andre, as it looks like Simple Tanker's going to be able to take this one pretty decisively here. 1 more second left. The capture goes down, plus they have the tier point victory of 10 against 1. Simple Tankers, their first battle victory in the third fourth place match. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. More World of Tanks action. Welcome back to WGLNA Season 1 Finals. It was really hot inside those tanks, man. And I'm a big guy, 6'2". Some of those tanks were not designed for me in mind. Not at
Clutch,
all.
do you know what's better than M4 Sherman, though?
A Pershing?
No.
A T-32?
No. It's a tier 6.
I don't know. Tell me.
The Jumbo Sherman.
The Jumbo Sherman is a
the
good
Jumbo
tank.
Sherman, man.
It's a good tank. I actually have a 7 kill streak on a map with the Jumbo Sherman.
I saw, man.
It was great.
Really, really well done. You were like 7 versus 1 at the end, and you just
And
ramboed it.
I was able to kill everyone and win.
Hey, it's okay. They drew first blood.
They did. It was a great victory for me, and I was able to capture and upload it, and it was awesome. The pros were like, "You did miss a couple shots, Clutch." I was like, "Don't take away this victory from me. This was fun." Anyways, we're seeing some great victories today. As Simple Tankers is able to take battle number 1 against Wreak Havok. They are fighting for $8,000 for 3rd place and $4,000 for 4th. Bragging rights as well. You want to be the top 3 more than the top 4. But hey, both these teams have fought long and hard to be here, and they have performed very well here at the finals. We're glad to have them, and we look forward to seeing what they can do in Season 2.
Yep, Simple Tankers is up 1-0 over here. It is a best of 7, ladies and gentlemen. We move over to Himmelsdorf. Now, before we do that, I do want to talk a little bit with Rookkill. Tell me, what exactly happened? Because, of course, we saw back and forth trades with, I would say, the initial engagement, with the initial hit point pools. Obviously, Simple Tankers losing the Tier 8 tank first. How did it turn around?
Yeah, they turned it around with some nice maneuvering, and I felt like their positioning was superior in the actual fight. And it's really hard to say that was absolutely what it did. I think it came down a lot to individual skill. We'll have to see how they're able to recover in the next battle.
Let's jump into the next battle. It is almost underway. It's on Himmelsdorf, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for these two teams, Simple Tankers and Wreak Havok.
Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the north position as the blue team, it is Simple Tankers. And over in the southern side, also meeting up on the western hemisphere, it is Wreak Havok.
And shots fired already coming across those railroad tracks. Zakumi and Junior lining up in a dual mode battle buddy position to get those shots across the way. More shots firing, those shells flying right past Zakumi's tank, but nothing has landed so far. Zakumi poking out a little bit in the IS-3, trying to line up another shot. Does he get it? Looks like it's a bounce. No damage, but there's some damage against Wreak Havok as Callus and Unknown One have taken some hits, but Ruth Van Carlisle, Pub Whisper, and Jay Smooth are down. The HP victory so far is on the side of Wreak Havok. Ruth Van Carlisle goes down.
He absorbed so many shots there. I
hit.
feel like Simple Tankers could actually push off of this with all the 5100s possibly reloading. I saw numerous bounces going off on him before he died. There's a small window here where they could push and possibly get a kill, even this up before that window is able to close, maybe 30 seconds.
And Singh was able to lock down another shot around that corner and pull back Zakumi. Is he going to hit the trap? No, Unknown One barely escapes one of the shots. Zakumi almost lined up on him, but he did not pull the trigger. Callus at 363 HP is down, but Thybane trying to set up the flank against 3 tanks that'll be out of position if he is able to lock down that hit. Junior takes a hit to the front, but now Jay Smooth and Zakumi are going to back out, reassess the situation as they try to find out where is the rest of Wreak Havok. Wreak Havok is up in the tier 8-point victory at 42 points against 33, and now Simple Tankers is a bit on the run.
On the other side, the east side, 2 T1s are up against 2 T1s, and one already went down, and Darius Warrenblade is single-handedly taking both of them. Let's see if he can actually do it, but in the meantime, of course, this tier 8 battle is so important.
Snipe for Food and Tevix lining up those shots. Junior shouting, go, go, go. Snipe for Food goes down, trying to line up those hits. Invade comes around, gets Jay Smooth. Callus trying to get another shot across the way. Thybane gets the kill against Pub Whisperer. But now the turrets are focused on Junior. He goes down. And now all the tanks around Zakumi will move in for the kill as they get the surround. This is going to go to Wreak Havok, as Simple Tankers only has one tier 8 IS-3. And he is going to go down fast. After that, Mournblade won't be able to hold against such devastating tanks. Invade, is he clipping? He's trying to get that last shot. Nope, it's the line shot coming from Singh as he gets the kill. And now they're going to chase down this tier 1. Wreak Havok showing their teeth in battle number 2.
Yes, sir. I mean, it was just a really good engagement. At first, it didn't look good, as Callus was slightly out of position, but again and again, they were able to connect shots, especially on Ruth and Carlisle, and really punish him for taking that open position. Mournblade is playing really cute, but it's important to note he got 2 kills, by the way. Warmblade doing it up, 1v2. He knows how to play it out.
Yeah, he's playing the T1, and now he's going to die a man as they line up the shots. He goes down fighting. They track him first, playing with their food like a cat, and there he goes down. Victory goes to Wreak Havok. We have got a series tied up 1-1. We'll take a quick break. We come back. Battle number 3. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the WGLNA Season 1 Finals. We are in the 3rd, 4th place matches, currently tied up 1-1 of Wreak Havok versus Simple Tankers. I want to thank the production crew for playing the T-32 garage segments. It is my favorite tank. And after I listen to my puns that I have, I'm the only one laughing. I realize you're not funny if you're the only one laughing at your own jokes.
No, man, they're like cheesy good. I love them. You guys love them, right?
All right, thank you. Well, it was a lot of fun putting those together, and I want to extend a very special thank you to the Chieftain and the Military Vehicle Technology Foundation that allowed us to go there, go inside the tanks, learn all about armored warfare and the incredible amount of technology that advanced because of World War I and World War II. You see a lot of patterns of advancement because of warfare. It is unfortunate, but that's part of the human condition, and because of that, we have a lot of great things today in the world of technology.
And we got a great game.
We do. We have a great game indeed.
Built from history. That's the coolest part about it. We're going to go into battle number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be played on Runeberg. Again, another, well, I guess it's a pseudo city map, pseudo open map. We're going to see where they play it out. But let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 apiece. Wreak Havok versus Simple Tankers.
Spying to the south, the blue team, it is Simple Tankers. And winning that last battle, it is the red team, Wreak Havok.
Very interesting lineups from these two teams. And look at this, Junior is going to actively scout with his 1390 across the bend and see no tanks are actually moving over to the Delta Village that he can see. Now he's going to just confirm things, make sure, see if any Sixth Sense comes off. And no, Junior is going to say, wow, the West is not being taken even though they went north.
Looks like he's actually going to come around for a second loop, make it so he has an uphill start on his scout run, so he can go downhill and not lose speed, or especially if he has to maneuver. This is an intelligent way to scout. The first run, he had to take, I'd say, a cautious approach, because when you're going uphill in a light tank and a scout, you can easily lose most of your momentum if you have to take one quick turn.
Sniper Food was spotted out, though. And that is a little bit of an indicator right there. As soon as you see Sniper Food, it's like, what is a T1 doing over there? Shouldn't you actually be placed in the, in the west if you are going into the eastern village, the Delta village? And that should give Junior slight indicators that, hey, I have to be very careful for some east pushes. Now, we did see the entire team from Simple Tankers against Fulcrum Gaming just charge up the center and go for a very fast cap. This time we're not going to have that, but they will enter the Delta village.
We saw that multiple times with Simple Tankers. That aggression Fulcrum Gaming perhaps was not prepared for, and that's why it came down to the 7th battle. Fulcrum Gaming taking the victory, though. They'll be up against Simp in the finals. A little bit later, you don't want to miss that. Make sure to stick around. Wreak Havok now positioning themselves closer to the southern position, crossing the line to enemy territory, getting closer to that flag cap. Simple Tankers is going to have to completely readjust once one of these tanks crosses that line, and they have indicated to Simple Tankers that their base is under attack. Junior and the rest of his game is going to have to turn around and plan a different attack, a planned approach, but Wreak Havok could be setting up for a great flank here in the middle of the map.
Yes, they do invade and Thigh-Bane. In their 5100s, they represent so many shots and also so much damage. They are going to be able to try to track their opponents. Can they actually get them? No, they're just going to get side shots for now, but 10 seconds left. Can Pup Whisperer get back there?
Oh, there's a big track shot on Zakume. He does get tracked and has to burn his kit.
He just needs one more second, and down it goes. He's not able to hit it, and blue base will be captured. Wreak Havok takes its second win in this series.
Welcome back to the WGLNA Season 1 Finals. Randall, a great segment. The audience loved it, and also great tips for anyone that wants to know how to scout properly. Make sure to follow him.
I wish you would have played like that in the No Stars match.
I'm sorry. I dropped the ball there on you, Andre.
I'm just kidding.
I apologize. I'll never do it ever again.
Well, we're going to get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for battle number 4. It will be on mine. Wreak Havok is up 2-1 over Simple Tankers. Let's see if they can carry their momentum into 3rd place.
To the south, spawning as blue, it is Simple Tankers. One of the crowd favorites here at the finals, live from Las Vegas. And to the north, the red team, it is Wreak Havok.
Take a look at the tanks. 2 T-32s, a Pershing, a 1390, and a WZ-132 from Simple Tankers. On the other side, we have a 5100, a dead T1, 2 T-69s, 2 1390s, and then another dead T1. Zakume is going to fall, evening up 241 tier points each.
And we got Jay Smooth taking a little bit of damage here already off the bat. And Zakumi, that T1 going down. But Sniper Food evening out the T1 statistics here. Moving around, trying to figure out which way they're going to go. And on mines, we've seen a lot of movement on the hillside, which has been really, really, really strong, as we saw earlier yesterday with Simp. But now with Simple Tankers, they're holding on into the hillside, as they're not going to try to fully commit going into the hill. But what type of movement are you seeing, Rukill?
I'm seeing a nice T-32 play towards the middle hill. They really blocked off any middle hill control that Wreak Havok could have taken. And it's actually interesting position because we actually have Jay Smooth out in the open. He doesn't actually have any real cover. He's only using some slight terrain and just a little distance maybe to fight a 1390 who probably could get a hull down to actually fight him. I don't favor this position. I don't know where they're going with it. It feels they haven't really made a decision on anything. It's rather strange.
They're feeling out well, obviously the tension is there, but they're feeling out which way they should go. And the east side push, we've seen a couple teams go for it. Now that WZ-132 from Junior, fast tank, great traverse speed, is going to be cruising along as far north and east he can go. And now he has been scouted, so he's going to commit to see what he can see. He does see the T1. He's going to lock that down and gets the kill against Tevex as Junior's going to move even further north, scouting the rest of those tanks that are in the northern position, and he's going to pull back, trying to not get any shots against him. That is really good information for Simple Tankers.
Yeah, but he needs to get back there ASAP because this is a big timing where their opponents can say, well, you only have 4 tier 8 tanks in the bottom southern half of the map. Let's go ahead and get it. And as we can see, Junior is not going for the full surround. He's actually going to go all the way back. It's going to make it so difficult for Junior to really connect with all the engagements.
And that 1390 hit against that T-32 was big for Singh as they were to lock down that tank. And now 33 points to 40. Wreak Havok is in the lead, 40 to 25. Wreak Havok's going to try to clean this up now as Jay Smooth the Pershing is taking a little bit of damage, and he's going to get side flanked from Singh, Callus, and Unknown One moving in against that position. They're going to target fire him, and he's going to go down here pretty quickly as he's going to have no reinforcements to back him up.
Well, there's that WZ-132 by Junior finally coming up from behind, but you know, it's too late, too little. Really unfortunate. They are down 1-2 right now, and they're also down 17 tier points to 40.
That is big. That is going to be it's not even an uphill climb. It's a straight vertical ascent that Junior's going to have to pull off here. But in a WZ-132 at half health with 5 tanks, tier 8 tanks trying to go up against him, the only deaths that they have been able to execute against Wreak Havok are those T1 Cunninghams. He is in trouble. And now the only 2 players left alive are Simple Tankers. For Simple Tankers is Junior and Enderus. It's going to be a hunt for the red side. It's going to be taking down Junior and Enderus here. Callus is going to take his time. Red base being captured. That's the only thing they can do pretty much to force an engagement at that capture section. Junior trying to find his location here. Rookkill is Junior at the cap point? No, he's not. He's trying to hold down the engagement.
He is actually trying to RTB to stop the cap and some kind of hope to actually cap out the enemy base, but with a whole minute left to cap the base, someone is already back there, and there goes the T1. Enderus is not going to be able to pull it out. It's unfortunate for them. I felt like the fight ended at almost 3 minutes ago, right before it started. The positioning for Wreak Havok was so superior and so
and
strong.
There's the victory for Wreak Havok. They are 1 battle away to make it into 3rd place. We come back. Can they take it, or will Simple Tankers be able to draw it out? We'll see. Stay tuned. Welcome back to WGLNA Season 1 Finals live from Treasure Island in Las Vegas. Right now, Wreak Havok is up 3-1 against Simple Tankers for the 3rd, 4th place match. Pretty decisive victory just on the hills. Just trailed off for a while as we knew Simple Tankers was going to die there.
They're just playing so much better. I really wish we saw this Wreak Havok up against Simp, because I feel like this is a completely different Wreak Havok than what we saw before. They're just a lot cleaner, a lot more, I wouldn't say conventional, but a lot just more comprehensive with their attacks, with their defenses. They seem just more confident.
They're catching Simple Tankers where they want to catch them and pouncing on them, getting those initial kills, those initial strikes, and then moving in for the kills. Some great flanks, too, like we saw on Ruinberg. Those are some great flank type of styles to push in at the center of the map. Randall, what are your thoughts?
I felt like Simple Tankers did not play mines as strong as they had before. I felt like it wasn't a very convincing play to me, and I felt like Wreak Havok played it very convincingly. And Wreak Havok is very experienced on mines. They've played that numerous times in Clan Wars. They've brought that experience to the league. And with that, I felt like the contrast between that experience and the play that Simple Tankers brought, it was no contest for mines.
And that could be true. Now, Mines is my favorite map, but we haven't seen a lot of Waterside play throughout this finals event. And Waterside has been the linchpin in a lot of team strategies. We've seen some great victories, some great comebacks because they would use that side of the map. Maybe it could be a tension thing, the nerve thing. They don't want to pull that card out yet, thinking, let's wait. But this is the last time these guys are going to play in Season 1. I would put all my strategies out there and execute them because $4,000 is on the line between the two.
Well, if you've been watching Wreak Havok, they play the water side almost every time. or at least a little bit. They played it in their last series, and they played it in this one. And the first time it wasn't as successful, but that was the water side from the south, and there were a few other factors involved. But the water side from the north this time was fairly successful. It was Singh got a very early flank, got some nice early damage out.
He did. Putting around that corner and putting Junior on the ropes was great. But that one commitment, if they hadn't taken down that T-32, which they did, it could have been a completely different story for Singh.
But guys, I think, yes, the water side play was exceptional. They were able to get a tier 8 kill basically for free. But on top of that, then they put Junior so far out of position. And for what? What are you really going to get out of there? Now, I know you have some flanking options. You can still stay on the east side if there's any counters to the center. But remember, going into the hill, that's an uphill climb. Those WZ-132s, yes, they can get up there pretty fast, but you're going to do it a little bit more slowly. That means a lot of shots can be taken on that very fragile tank. I feel like overall, having a 132 doing an east run like that just does not work, especially when you're losing so hard on the water side. You really need to make sure.
And the reason it could have worked is if Simple Tankers had been more proactive with their approach to the map, but they became reactive. They actually pulled Junior back around. You noted that, I think, in the battle. When you had to pull him back around, that wasn't the smartest move because you're reacting to Wreak Havok at that point. And what you need to do is you need to set your own pace and take control of the map, maybe making a push with the T-32s and the 132 around to catch two tanks out of position instead of reacting and pulling back, which just lost them the game.
Well, it's going to be a different story on Airfield. That's going to be the map of choice here. This could be the end for both these teams in their run, with Wreak Havok being the victor in this battle. Can they do it, or can Simple Tankers make a comeback? Let's find out as we jump into the next battle on Airfield. Spawning to the west, the blue team, Simple Tankers. And to the east, the red team with one battle away or two battles away. We'll find out here pretty soon who can take it. Might be a draw, might not. Wreak Havok.
All right, let's take a look at the tanks. Two AMX 5100s to a Pershing and two 1390s. Very interesting. Mainly auto loader focus coming out from Simple Tankers. On the other side, two IS-3s, a T-32, a T-69, and an AMX 5100. And keep in mind, guys, this is match point right now. If Simple Tankers loses here, Wreak Havok will go to take the third place.
That's 3-1 on the battles. Battle number 5. Airfield again being a intriguing choice between any teams here, but when you run out of the amount of maps that you can play on, it's one of the maps you're going to have to choose. Rookhill, we're seeing some battles happening at one of the most popular places. What is the name of this place? The Grinder.
It is, and this is where tanks usually group up to fight. It's one of the best positions on the map to take control. It is such a dynamic bit of geography. It's impossible to ignore most of the time. We've seen only one team ignore it entirely, and they lost on this map. Actually, a huge push.
A Whisper is going to be focused down. NS 5100 was not able to get out all the shots, and now they're down 8 tier points. Akume is now over here with Rufin Carlisle. Rufin Carlisle in his 1390 not able to use the speed and the dynamics of getting around.
This is huge for Wreak Havok. 40-25 on tier points. Now they take down Zakumi. 40-17. Only two tier 8s left for Simple Tankers, J Smooth and Enderus. They're going to have to pull out a miracle in order to come back against Wreak Havok, but the amount of damage that J Smooth has taken in just that one hit already puts the HP pool down. He's going to try to do some fires to Pershing and back out on this hill. Some other shots being traded. Invade at 30 HP. Callus at 60 HP. With some good lands and a little bit of luck, Simple Tankers could get 2 kills against those remaining tier 8 tanks. With the T-32 and J Smooth, Callus and the T-69. J Smooth trying to line up that shot against Callus. Will he get there in time? Unknown One trying to block his way. Unknown One trying to line up the shot in the T-32. He gets another hit against Pershing on J Smooth. J Smooth trying to line up the shot. He gets the kill. No! He goes down. The other one left alive is Enderus. And this will be it for Simple Tankers as they line up these last shots, singing the IS-3. Trying to get those hits against Enderus.
He's actually going to try and ignore him and go for the cap, not wanting to risk actually losing the battle to some unfortunate cat. There's a minute left on that, and Singh is going to make the climb 30 seconds out to kill poor Mournblade.
Singh is coming around the mountain as he climbs up that sandhill. Mournblade, 48 seconds left. It's going to be incredibly difficult to survive a number of tier 8 tanks moving in for the kill, and your T1 Cunningham can hardly do any damage against these tanks. He is hiding where he is furthest away from the IS-3, trying to stay alive. Singh lines up the shot, but Thybane gets it. Wreak Havok is your third place victors. They'll be taking home $8,000.
It was clean play, it was conventional play, comprehensive, very aggressive at times, very defensive at times. You saw the full spectrum from Wreak Havok. They knew how to play out every single map, and they did it beautifully.
And this is their last play. This is their last series in Season 1. And what better way to end it with a win? This is the win that they needed for the confidence moves moving into Season 2. Yes, they're going to have to make some adjustments. Yes, they're going to have to make some changes in order for them to make it again to the top 8. But they performed very well throughout the season. They had their ups and downs, and a huge congratulations to them making it to the top 3 in third place.
I'm sure it's just such a big confidence boost after losing 0-4 to Team Simp. Of course, we just saw Simple Tankers go 3-4 against Fulcrum Gaming. We all thought Simp was just on, or Simple Tankers were just on a huge rush of momentum after that. But Wreak Havok shut it down pretty hard. Man, oh man, I really wish we saw this type of Wreak Havok in the match against Simp. I think we would have had a much different turn of events.
And that's hindsight 2020, though,
Yeah.
Greetorp. And when you had that psychological feeling of this is Simp, these guys are really good,
Yeah.
can we do this? We don't know. Simple Tankers, they may have been feeling the same way, because Simple Tankers, again, we've said it over and over again, have performed very well against Fulcrum Gaming. Rukil, your thoughts on this series and overall for these two teams throughout the entire season?
I felt like Wreak Havok, actually, I was expecting at the beginning that they wouldn't perform as well, that maybe they'd be, demoralized, but it looks like they were able to take the loss and actually get a little momentum. Was Simple Tankers actually lost a lot of momentum as things went along, and in the last series, they made a little mistake pushing out without any eyes, and it was game over at that point. Wreak Havok taking it, very strong play, and congratulations.
And we have to definitely tip our hats again to both of these teams, but Simple Tankers, again, I mean, everyone was on their feet for that match, and they did perform very well. Wreak Havok proving out to be a competent team and locking up those shots, locking up those initial hits, catching Simple Tankers off guard.
Yeah.
Airfield, again, a choice that was Simple Tankers because they had the choice of the map since they lost the previous battle. Airfield, a grinder, a lot of skirmishes, a lot of battles we saw did not happen there. They'd happen either a lot of times further west or it'd become a chase party between the different rocks. But both teams saw themselves, Simple Tankers were trying to move into an offensive position, but got completely caught off guard and they moved in for the kill.
It was just, it was really risky, and they gambled with that push. They could have caught their enemy by surprise, but unfortunately they weren't able to because they were all there. There was everyone waiting around that corner, and then when the 5100 comes out alone, there's not enough you can do. We just had it wasn't as organized, and I don't think that it was a very well-informed decision.
Correct. I mean, you need 15 seconds on average to get out all the shots and have them aimed absolutely perfectly with that 5100. You don't have 15 seconds in that case. When you are the first one popping out there, you're dead in less than 3-4 seconds. That means you're getting a total of 2 shots out before you die. Definitely not worth the tier 8 points.
I don't think he even got any shots out when he went around. His turret was unfortunately in the wrong direction, just pointed straight forward, not in the direction where an enemy should be. A little tip, if you're going to go around a corner, just point your turret in the most likely direction to find an enemy.
Yes.
Generally, you'll find them in pub matches. In these battles, there's a lot of typical positions that people can predict. If you're going to go around a corner, you can take advantage of that little bit of knowledge that those patterns other players fall into, and you can just get your turret in the right direction.
Exactly right, and every one of these teams are going to watch these stats, going to watch these games, and prepare for the next season. And they're also going to be watching the finals happening in just a little bit. Before we take a quick break, we're going to throw it on over to an interview with the victors. I want to hear their thoughts. Take it away.
We're live. I'm joined by Snipe and Callus from Wreak Havok. Congratulations once again on your third place finish. The first thing I have to ask you guys is, how are you guys feeling about third place, considering the expectations of Wreak Havok were a little bit not as high as you would because you guys were missing an important member like Sarge?
Well, it's no first place, but it's better than, finishing 8th. And coming out of it as such a low seed and placing 3rd place, that to me is an accomplishment in itself. And growing pains we went through this entire season, we did a lot better than most of us thought we would do.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Snipe said. We came in here as a bottom seed, and we knew we were a good team. So we decided to just show everyone what we could do.
Great, and I'm really glad that you guys were able to gel very well, considering you guys did have some roster changes. But what happens in this postseason? Snipe, you were telling me, and you were telling a few other people that you were thinking about taking a break. What happens from this point on from Wreak Havok going into Season 2?
Well, going into Season 2, Call Me Sarge will probably be the main guy. I'll be in the background, probably being 10th player, honestly the guy who won't be doing all the battle calling. And it's one of those, just life kind of catches up sometimes, and I'm glad I got to come here, though. This has been fun. It was awesome to call in front of a stage, and I think roster's pretty good. We like the guys we're with. We gel when we communicate.
Absolutely. Kyle says, coming in as one of the newer guys, along with some other people, Smokey and all of them, how was it being on Wreak Havok, considering that you only joined midway through the season?
Well, I felt like at first it was a bit overwhelming because it was just a completely new team. I've never really had much experience playing with these guys, but we put in a lot of practice. We made strats and made sure everyone knew what they were doing, and it just came out together really well after the first few matches.
Cool. And so we do again want to congratulate you guys. Received $8,000, and so we're gonna have to ask you, black or red?
I said black yesterday, and I'm keeping it today.
All right, and Snipe and Gallus, go ahead.
I'll stay with black as well.
All right, so these boys are both black. That does it for us here. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. Congratulations once again to Wreak Havok, who got 3rd place and $8,000. When we come back, we're going to have a fun little show match for you guys. It's going to be a little bit of race brought to you by Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam. Stay tuned.